So hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you another video in 2030 for FIFA 18 career mode in the future. This of course is the mini-series where I fast forward in time, go forward into the future to see what the future of football is like in FIFA 18 career mode. And we are still in the year of 2030, but this will be the final video in which we are in. I think this is season number 11 now of the career mode save, because for another couple of videos after this we'll be fast forwarding even further into the future to see FIFA 18 career mode at its very end. We'll be going right to the end of season 15 for 2033, I believe, to see what exactly the world of football is like right at the end of FIFA 18 career mode. But before that, we've got to stay in 2030. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to slap a like on it and subscribe if you're new, because we're still looking for 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Now we're moving on though to seeing what's happening in 2030, and first of all we're taking a little look at some of the national teams. Brazil here is in the background, some very good players there, Gabi Jesus, Malcolm and Vitinho. In terms of the real players, we have Neymar's regen, Marcelo's regen in there too. Belgium, we've got Tielemans there at 90 ratings, Villar, Castells, Desers, that is Hazard's regen, you might have seen him last episode playing for Napoli. Argentina's front three, disgusting. Aguero's regen, Ezekiel Barco and Messi's regen on the right hand side, but it still somehow isn't as good as France with Dembele, Mbappe, Lafont, Sarr, Diop, Alan, Saint-Maximino up front. It is ridiculous for France. Here is England, Rashford 88, Ali 88 there, sorry Rashford was 89, Brereton, Sessegnon, some very good players in that side. Germany here as well, Schweder, that is Ozil's regen, you'll see more of him later. Jonathan Tah, Nicolas Sula, Hilsner in goal, that is I think Neuer's regen, a couple of other really good players there too. Italy, Soleri is their best player in terms of outfielders, joint with Zigrossi the centre back, but Donnarumma in goal, still 94 rated. He plays for Real Madrid, of course, in this save at the moment. Now, if there are any teams you want to pause on, make sure to do that. You can check them out in a little bit more detail. That, though, was Colombia. Their best player was Davinson Sanchez. Looking at Denmark, again, a centre-back is their best player, joint with Kasper Dolberg, Andreas Christensen there at centre-back, and a couple of other very good players and regens. I think Eriksen's regen was in there as well, attacking mid. Côte d'Ivoire, or Ivory Coast, of course. Very decent team for them, actually, as well. They appear to have gained more good players than they had before. I don't think they've actually, I don't recall them having that many 80 plus players. Netherlands as well there, Koppers is their best player, I think that's the Iron Robben regen. Justin Kluivert there was 86 rated as well. Carrera Souza, of course, that is Ronaldo's regen, playing for Portugal alongside the likes of Renato Sanchez, Ruben Neves, and a couple of regen centre-backs there too. And South Africa was a very interesting one, because they've got a very good winger there, 80 rated, and an unpronounceable striker, who's 87 rated. Again, must just be a randomly generated player, because I can't think of any South African strikers who are quite that good. And then finally, Spain, whose team is ridiculous. Asensio, Pereiras, Cheyuda, I think there, centre-back, Gabon Hill, Roman Ole, there's loads of players there who are like 88 or 89 rated, and one player who's going to be in that sort of realm by the time we get to 2033 is this man here, Ferreira de Bessa, because this is Neymar's regen, playing for Amiens over in France, but look at him, he's horrendous, he's 86 overall, 21 years of age, okay, fantastic, that's great, 1-star skill moves and 2-star weak foot, that should be a crime to say that he's Neymar's regen, he should just guaranteed have 5-star skill moves. Suleiman Sek has got better skill moves. He's a 91 rated Senegalese left back. Again, he must just be a randomly generated player playing for Stoke. Insanely good there is Suleiman Sek. One of the best players in the Prem. Alan Halilovic is now playing for Lyon. He's 82 rated. I think he started to decline a little bit now. As is Jadon Sancho, who still plays for Celtic. I remember in 2025 saying I hope he'd move to like the Premier League or something. He decided to stay in Scotland, fair play to him, but he is 86 rated. Henry Onyekuru was playing for Internacional back in 2025. The Nigerian is now finding himself playing his football in Monaco in Ligue 1, still a pretty decent place to be. Joseph Machera Nascimento, or Maquera Nascimento, this is Coutinho's regen. 85 rated, 22 years of age. He finds himself playing for West Ham. Decent regen, but his weak foot was absolutely appalling. Aymeric Laporte playing at the club that Coutinho used to play for, which is obviously Liverpool in this save. Coutinho did end up going to Tottenham, and now his regen plays for West Ham, weirdly. But Aymeric Laporte firmly on the decline. Mario Baez. Again, not sure who this is a regen of. It's not Suarez. He's way too old to be, like, sort of only 86 rated, and I think we saw Suarez's regen before anyway. And this, though, is Ozil's regen, Maxi Schweder, playing for Swansea City. Can play as an attacking mid, right winger, 5-star skill moves, and 89 rated. He must be a joy to use. Very good in basically all of his attributes as well. Fouad Shafiq, you're going to see in a moment that this guy was actually the top scorer in the Champions League, playing for Watford, would you believe, 81 rated, and this was the top scorer in the Premier League, which is quite confusing because he's playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He spent his time on loan at Bournemouth, did Cihan Erkka? Don't know if that's how you pronounce it, from Turkey. He was on loan to Bournemouth and he scored the most goals in the Premier League season for 2030. Slightly out there one now. The final two players we're going to look at in detail here are this man, Omar Jallow from Gambia, playing for Stoke, and seemingly his brother, Suleiman Jallow. It's amazing that two players from the Gambia have ended up playing for the same team with the same name, and they actually look the same in terms of what they look like in the game, which is really weird. So yeah, the Jallow brothers, very interesting and quirky out there thing. As you can see though, this is what I was talking about. Shafiq, the 81 rated centre mid from Watford, was the top scorer in the Champions League, above Gabby Jesus, Martin Arias, and also Leon Bailey. You can see Richarlison, Dimitri Oberlin, Suarez's regen is in there, and Kasper Dolberg was also in the top 15. In terms of the Premier League, you can also see Erkka there, the man on loan from Borussia Mönchengladbach. I'm going to assume they're going to want him back after this season. Corian, that is Mkhitaryan's regen, playing for United. Dele Alli, Marcus Rashford, and Federico Chiesa, the Italian real-life player, playing for West Ham in this save, completing the top 5 there. Plenty of other really good players, including Aubameyang's regen in there. I can't remember who he was playing for, though, unfortunately. And this is how the tournaments were looking. The Emirates FA Cup, Spurs won that on penalties over Watford, who have done a very good job in this save. They are a consistent Champions League team now and getting to cup finals. So are Blackburn Rovers, interestingly, but I'm pretty sure they're still in League One. They were, however, beaten. The fairy tale was stopped by West Ham, Blackburn having beaten Walsall in the semi-finals. So it was a bit of a strange Carabao Cup, but West Ham United won it in the end. Stoke City, along with their 91 rated Senegalese left-back, won the Europa League over AS Monaco in the end, 2-0 in the final. They beat the likes of Marseille, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Benfica on their way to the final. Just looking for any other English teams there, not sure there's many. West Ham reached the quarterfinals, also the likes of Lyon, and quite a few other decent teams there in the Europa League. But this is what I want to talk about the most. The Champions League. When I saw this at first, I was like, okay, cool, Barcelona have won the Champions League. Not much of a, okay, whatever. No, Barcelona B have won the Champions League. Barcelona's B team, Barcelona's reserve team, has beaten Barcelona and has won the Champions League. What on earth is going on? Flipping Barca went out to Southampton in the round of 16, who then went out to Barca B in the next round. How does that even happen? It's genuinely the most FIFA thing ever. How do Barcelona look at their reserve team doing so well and think, maybe we should sign some of these players? No, we'll just allow them to win the entire Champions League instead of us. It's honestly baffling. One of the weirdest things about this career mode save, and that says a lot, because there's a lot of weird stuff in this career mode save. But Barcelona B winning the Champions League, that's probably well up there, if I am being honest. We're now moving on, though, to the teams in a little bit more detail. And first of all, we have got West Ham United, the team that finished second in the Premier League season on goal difference only, beaten by Southampton, if you'd forgotten that from the first part of the career mode in 2030 part. Got a very good team. They got Eriksen's regen, got a very good centre-back. I think they had an 85 rated goalkeeper. Rafael Valdez Diaz there as well, 84 rated centre-mid. There's Coutinho's regen again, Joseph Maquera Nascimento, the Brazilian. So they've got a very good team. Not many very highly rated real-life players. I think there was an Italian who was like 84 rated, something like that. But a very decent team for West Ham. On to Lyon now. You saw that they had a very good goalkeeper in the form of Christian Fruchtel, who of course was a Bayern Munich goalkeeper towards the start of this save. Olivier Buscagli as well as Cameron Carter-Vickers in this team as well. some generally very good players playing for Lyon, and a couple of very good regens as well. There was a Spaniard there, a left back, Hussein Aouar, Alan Halilovic, and Manuel Locatelli as well, all playing for Lyon, along with Bart Ramselaar, and that was Lucas Touzard as well. Ben Brereton, 85 rated. You saw him in the what am I on about? Not Lyon, not England, I've just mashed them together. The England setup. He was the main striker for England at this point in the career mode save, and he's now playing for Lyon, which is quite cool. I think that's pretty decent. Anyway, Manchester City as well, next up. Very decent team here. They didn't do that well in England. I think they came top 4, I'm not entirely sure. But a very decent team. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ederson still playing for them, Andreas Christensen, and of course Eric Bailly as well, who made that very controversial move from United straight to City. Marcelo Soracchi there as well, 85 rated. Raphael Varane playing for City, although he has really started to decline now at 37 years of age, only 79 rated. Brahim Diaz there as well, 85 rated. Phil Foden as well, 84. That I think is the peak of his powers on this game, but I feel like he is going to start getting massive upgrades on career mode as he progresses as a footballer. Alan Villalba there as well, decent regen. I think he was 85 rated. Same there for Samir Hajtic. I think ironically that might be Edin Dzeko's regen, who obviously used to play for City. Gabby Jesus and Divock Origi as well, also on City's books. And now this is the Barca B team. This is the Barcelona B team that won the Champions League. Not Barcelona's A team. This is the reserve team for Barcelona that is theoretically better than them. They have an 85 rated goalkeeper there called Cuisance, who is very good obviously. But you look at the rest of this team, right, and we're going to carry on, and obviously I don't have the ability to scout every single player. It's physically impossible. So that's why obviously a lot of the worst players just aren't here. Carlos Alenya there, 86 rated. He's obviously been with them since the start of the save. I don't think Vitinho plays for them anymore, so he must have moved on somewhere. But there's very few actually good players in this team. Mark Sangare there was 84 rated, but everyone else pretty much apart from a couple of strikers, as you'll see here, Victor Mayo, Novagil, and also there's a German guy as well at the bottom, and, sorry, no, not a German guy, Abel Ruiz there, the Spaniard. There's not actually many players who were scouted, which means there's not really any players, apart from the ones that you saw, so maybe about 4, that are above 80 rated or 81. They might be sort of 81 or 80, but theoretically that isn't really enough to win an entire Champions League. So not only have Barca B actually won the Champions League in the first place, they've done it with actually a not that great squad, really, which is even cooler and even weirder. Juventus now as well, I think they're still the best team in Italy. I think they still won the league in 2030, but again, another team really as you go along, you see some familiar faces, the likes of Dybala and Jakub Jankto, but they've all started to decline quite massively now. Ramadan Sobhi as well is 33, so he's nowhere near the peak of his powers anymore. There are a couple of good Juventus strikers there, Gorka Maffeo Becerra, and this is the German guy that I was thinking of, Dennis Mockenhaupt, not playing for Barca B, he plays for Juventus instead. A couple of decent players there playing for Juve, but again, not really as good as they were when we started this save, for example, but still good enough to actually get in the Champions League. I don't remember seeing them getting past the group stages though, particularly or that far in the competition. I might be wrong, I might have forgotten that, but that's what I can remember. Regardless of that though, that is basically it for career mode in 2030 generally here on FIFA 18. Next time, we'll be simming even further into the future to the end of the career mode save, 2033. It's been a pretty mental journey so far. We've seen the likes of Arsenal, Sevilla, Liverpool all getting relegated. We've seen massive changes in teams and how good they are and who wins leagues these days and who wins international competitions and European competitions and all sorts of stuff that has gone on. The biggest players in the world have retired and have been replaced with a new generation of players, but we still have further to go as we move into 2033, and it is only gonna get crazier somehow after Barca B won the Champions League. If you enjoyed this video though, make sure to slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also, leave a comment if you want, if you enjoyed the video that much, but subscribing will help me out. I'm looking for 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It could well happen with you guys' support, so I really appreciate it if you do. It's the red button under the video. You can also follow me on my various social media accounts if you want. Twitter handle is @theofficialfng, and my Instagram is exactly the same. But it's been an absolute pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Yo, Massappels. I roll out with some monsters. Looks like your team and you watch us. I do not roll with imposters. Sound like the man in the Oscars. I'm drunk on of Henny and Foster's. I have a career, I am jobless. This bitch f me so hard, I might just end up unconscious. I like girls in lingerie, especially if it is crotchless. Bitch, I am the bigger picture. There is no way you can crop us.